Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in. And welcome to this Facebook Live where we are talking about 6 things students should and can do now to prepare for college. My name is Dr. Candice Johnson, and I serve as a senior outreach counselor for Kentucky Higher Education Assistance Authority. And I'm so glad to be here in partnership with Kennina Porter. I'll let Kennina introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kennina Porter, and I am the Student Success Manager at Evolve 502. So welcome to this broadcast. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes. So we're going to be talking about some great things. And before I turn it over to Kennida to talk more about the purpose, we want you all to engage in the comments. We are definitely taking questions. We're speaking. This is going to be interactive. And so we know that you may have questions or even comments about the things that we share. So please share this, hit that share button, share this live, type in the comments, let us know that you're here, because we'll be looking out for that.
Thank you, Candice. So we want to quickly just talk about the purpose in this live video. So Candice and I, we love working with students. We love working with young people, and we miss you guys. We miss all of our teachers, all of our students, our parents. We miss you. And so we
Yes.
wanted to create this live video to first and foremost to encourage you, right? We understand that this is not the ideal way that your senior year, you wanted your senior year to go. And so you may be a little disappointed, but we are here to encourage you that you can still finish the school year strong and still successfully transition to a college or a career. And so we just want to encourage you. You guys are awesome, right? You guys are awesome, and you will continue to do great things despite the pandemic. Okay. And so we just want to tell you that. And so that's why we decided to do this live video. Okay. So we want to start off with 3 tips that I felt like was necessary to help you with being successful academically. So these are 3 academic success tips that I feel like would keep you on track to being able to transition to college after your senior year. And so the first thing is very, very important. I always talk to students about advocating for yourself and taking ownership of your academic career. And so the first tip is to know your status, know what your standing is, know how many credits you have, and are you prepared to transition to a college or career? So if you don't know your status, make sure that you reach out to your guidance counselor and check on your status, right? They are there, they are available to help you with any questions you have. And don't just make sure that you fully understand, right, what the requirements are for you to graduate. And if you know your status, awesome. You're doing a great job. That's excellent. Keep it up. All right. The next thing is to make sure you're keeping up with all of your assignments, right? You guys are using NTI right now, and make sure that you're keeping on track and you're sticking to your deadline for work submission. If you're unable to access NTI, you want to make sure that you reach out to your teachers and your counselors to let them know, what difficulties that you are having. Right? Like I said, we are advocating for ourselves, right? We're wanting to make sure that we're taking ownership of our career and our success. All right. So that's the first tip, is to know your status. Okay, we're going to move on to the second tip. So the second tip is how to make sure you complete the college admissions checklist. So there are 3 important things that you must do in order to prepare for college. And the first tip is to complete the college application, right? So if you know what school you're interested in, you want to make sure that you visit their website and complete the application fully. And so some schools are going to require a fee. Some schools are not going to require a fee. Like, for example, Jefferson Community and Technical College or the KCTPS system does not require a fee. And so you will not have to pay for a fee, but there are other schools that do. So if they do require a fee and you are unable to pay that fee, make sure you're checking to see if they accept fee waivers, and checking with your guidance counselor to see if you qualify for that. So that's the first thing, is to complete the application. The second thing is to send your transcripts. You have to send your high school transcripts as a part of the admissions process. And so in order to access your transcripts, you'll need to go to parchment.com, and your guidance counselor will also have all the information on that. So send your transcripts. That's the necessary step for college admission. And then the last and final step is completing your FAFSA. And Dr. Johnson is going to give us the details on that. So I'm not going to touch on that. But I will say that the FAFSA is super, super important and critical. And you want to get that filled out as soon as possible. So those are the three things that you'll need to do to prepare to complete the college admissions checklist. Okay. So that's tip number 2.
Yes. Kennina, if you don't mind, can I just share, with everything going on, colleges are doing their best to stay communicating with students, with incoming freshmen, even with students who, aren't sure yet, but are thinking about it. And so we just encourage you, go ahead and take that step. Colleges are doing virtual office hours. I just was on Twitter and I saw a post from a local university and they were posting their virtual office hour information. So please reach out to the college because they are ready. If they haven't already emailed you, I'm telling you, once you make that connection, you have a connection for a long period of time. So please reach out to the admissions counselor at the college university to help you walk through that process and learn about their deadlines. They may have extended some deadlines in light of everything going on. They may have, as Kennina mentioned, waived a fee. So you want to stay in communication with the rep from the college.
Thank you. Yes, that's super, super important to make sure that you're not only contacting your school for the information, but you want to make sure you contact the institution that you plan to attend for any updated information. It's very, very, very important. So the last tip that we have is making sure that you take the time to look for scholarships, right? College is expensive. We understand, right? We need money in order to go to college. And so it's important that we maximize the time that we have, right? Right now, where we're in the house and we're on quarantine, we have time to focus on looking for scholarships. And so there are some websites that are a database for scholarships. So there's scholarships.com, there's fastweb.com, and then there's a website that I like particularly called collegegreenlight.com. And so these 3 websites are really good resources to look for scholarships. I encourage you to complete and fill out as many scholarship applications as you can, right? And to make sure that you're getting those in on time. So another thing is you want to make sure that somebody proofreads and edits your essays, right? I cannot stress that enough. I have just read 23 student applications and essays for a scholarship, and you can clearly tell the ones that have had support and had someone edit them and those who did not take the time to have them edited. Make sure that you have someone edited. I cannot stress that enough. And then also the last thing is make sure that you are including your extracurricular activities, right? Include some of the volunteer work you've done, the jobs that you've had, some of the groups and the boards that you served on, the clubs that you've been a part of. That separates your application from everyone else's, right? The more extracurricular activities, and you'd be surprised. Students will be surprised at how much they can actually put on a scholarship application. Right. So make sure that you thoroughly put everything that you have done on your application that is that's professional, right? That you've done. And have someone look over the application is always important too. But like Dr. Johnson just said, paying attention to deadlines is the most important thing. You want to make sure that you're paying attention to the admission deadlines, to the scholarship deadlines, and any college deadlines that come up, because it's very, very important. You want to make sure you don't miss those. So those are the 3 tips for academic success that I just shared. I hope that this has been, useful information. And so if you have questions, like Dr. Johnson said, put it in the chat. We want to answer your questions.
Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Porter. And thank you for everyone watching right now. I see, I'm just going to shout out I see Brandon Brown, one of my colleagues at Kia, on here. Thank you, Brandon, so much for being here. And definitely, you add in your comments, Brandon. Okay. Cassandra, thank you so much. As always, Cassandra is so supportive. And I always, when I post, see her commenting and adding people that she knows that have seniors in high school. So we thank you for that, Cassandra, for adding those people so they can see this live now or maybe even later. And the websites that Kennina mentioned, we'll make sure that we post those in the comments at the conclusion of this broadcast. So thank you all so much. And thank you, Ms. Porter, for sharing that information. So let's talk about money, right? So I'm going to share 3 tips in terms of being financially ready for college. And Ms. Porter already mentioned the FAFSA. I think I started clapping like this. As those of you all who know me, and I have been called this in the Louisville area, FAFSA lady, I'm cool with that. Like, I will be the FAFSA lady for the Louisville area, along with my colleague, Stephen Held. I definitely have to shout him out. We both, do help with college access and helping students through the FAFSA process here in the Louisville area. And so we'll also share our contact information on here so you all can get in touch with us. But tip 1, here we go. Complete the FAFSA at fafsa.gov. Say it with me, fafsa.gov, right? So I definitely want to share that it's not too late to apply for financial aid. Seniors, if you're watching this, or parents, I know you all heard us talk about FAFSA in October, and yes, it's April, but it's not too late. There's still funding available for students. We don't want you to miss out. So if you haven't done your FAFSA and you really are considering planning to start college in August of this year or even January of 2021, go ahead and do that FAFSA and we can help you with that. Applying for the FAFSA, you are applying for grants, work study on the college campus, or sometimes there's off-campus work study opportunities, federal loans, and some institutional aid. So you may be asking yourself, so why should I do the FAFSA? Because you're applying for all those things. You never know how much that you may be eligible for. And so I already mentioned this, I'll just say it again. If you need help with the FAFSA, please reach out to myself, to Ms. Porter, to my colleague here in the Louisville area, Stephen Held, and we can work with you through the process. I actually got an email from a teacher about connecting with a student because they had a question about the FAFSA. And so we'll be doing like a Zoom call this Thursday. So we're definitely available to help with that. With the FAFSA, there's a lot of information. So just make sure you read through it carefully. There's question marks throughout the FAFSA where you can click on and get helpful hints to guide you better into for the questions that you're having to answer. So there is help available. So definitely do the FAFSA. Tip 2, I think we're ready for tip 2. Tip 2 is to check your student aid report, and that comes from the FAFSA. It also is known as the SAR. I know I'm getting technical, but just stick with me. So maybe you listen to tip 1 and you're like, check, I've done my FAFSA, what's next? So the next step is looking over your student aid report. And that is a summary of the information that you have submitted on your FAFSA. So all you have to do is log back into fafsa.gov with your FSA students, with your FSA ID and password, and you will see a small link at the bottom of that page once you log in that says view or print your student aid report. How do I know this? Because I do FAFSA all the time, right? So I know. And so it will also share on the FAFSA the federal financial aid that you may be eligible for. That will be in the first couple of paragraphs at the top of this report. So please make sure you read through all of that information. And also it will share whether or not you have been selected for verification. Verification is basically like an audit. It's confirming the information that you submitted. I'm not going to dive deep into verification, but if you have questions about that, definitely, let me know. But that's the importance of looking at your student aid report. Also, Ms. Porter mentioned that she has been reviewing scholarship applications, and I'm actually starting to do that this week as well. And one of the requirements for this particular scholarship application is that students submit FAFSA information like the student aid report. So sometimes Other organizations may ask for a copy of your student aid report to see what you're eligible for in terms of financial aid. So just keep that in mind, that student aid report is important. Again, that is found on the FAFSA website after you have submitted and completed your FAFSA. So now let's go to tip 3 under being financially ready. Review your financial aid award. And so we're actually, I'm saying we, Kentucky Higher Education Assistance Authority, we are actually doing a Facebook Live today at 3 o'clock. So in 2 hours, a little bit less than 2 hours Eastern Standard Time, talking about the award letter process and how to read an award letter. So definitely go over to that page, Kentucky Higher Education Assistance Authority, and check that out. Your financial aid award letter comes from your college, the college that you have been accepted to. So if you apply to maybe 3 colleges and you were accepted to all 3 and you included all 3 on your FAFSA, you are going to receive a financial aid award letter notification that's kind of interchangeable from those colleges. And really now is the time that colleges are starting to send that information out. It's usually in the spring, in March or April, and here we are in April. I will say, in light of everything going on in terms of being quarantined, you may not have received that information just yet. There's a lot going on, as you can imagine, kind of behind the scenes, administrative wise, on a college campus with everyone working virtually. So definitely give colleges some grace with that, but check your email. This award notification will list your specific financial aid awards. If you're going to a Kentucky college and you earn your KEYS money, it will list your KEYS scholarship. Any grants, any work study or federal loan that you're eligible for will be listed on this award letter. So it's important, right? It's something that you definitely want to review, and hopefully review with someone like a parent or, an adult that you can trust, just so you have someone to go through that information with you. You're going to calculate your need, pull out your phone, pull out the calculator, calculate how much it costs to go to your college, how much you've been offered, and if there's any need left. And that's why I love the fact, of course, that Ms. Porter talked about scholarships, because you may find that you still have a need for more money to help pay for not just your first year of college, but that second, that third, and fourth year. And so I mentioned this earlier, keeping in communication with your admissions counselor at the college and also the financial aid counselor as you're going through the student aid report and the financial aid award letter or notification. Okay, so those are the 3 tips that I have for being financially ready in this season as you prepare to transition to college in the fall or even in the spring.
Before you end, thank you so much for that. I wanted to also add, like you said, when students get this award letter, sometimes it can be very overwhelming, and we understand that. It's hard to understand what exactly you get and the difference between the grant money that you receive in scholarships versus the loans, right? And so that's why it's so important to ask questions, to show someone and go over it with someone that you trust before you go through and accept everything, right, that's on your award letter. Make sure that you know the difference between the loans and the grant aid. Okay, that's so important. I cannot stress that enough.
Yes, thank you so much. And I just have to shout out my colleague Brandon. I know you all saw that come across the screen, that he just saw a scholarship today for $1,000, and all the student has to do is create a crossword puzzle. So Brandon, if you could type in the link to that so that everyone watching can see that, students who see this later can also check that out. I mean, oh my goodness, there's scholarships everywhere. And so I know that Ms. Porter will be, probably posting information. I'll be posting information about scholarships. You can go on kia.com for information, but let me not list all the things right now, because we'll make sure that we post that in the comments so you all have access to that.
Perfect.
Yes.
Do we have any questions? Any questions?
We are ready to answer.
Give them a couple of moments to see if any questions roll in before we conclude the live broadcast. thank you so much for joining us, everybody
Yes.
who's watching. And we're excited because people can watch this after, the live has ended. And if you have questions, you can definitely reach out to us that way, because we want to hear from you and we want to get your feedback. We want to know how you guys are
Yes.
doing, and get you guys the information that you need.
Yes. Yes. And Miss Porter, I don't know if you shared this earlier, but do you mind to share, you know, what you're doing with students, not just, probably a better way to say that, but the work that you do with Evolve 502, just so our listeners, our viewers know.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, that's a great idea. So at Evolve 502, like I said, I'm a student success manager, and I have an additional student success coach. Shout out to Amani. I am grateful that I get to work with an awesome person like herself. But we have the pleasure and the privilege of being in 5 schools. So we are in Ballard High School, Iroquois High School, Jeffersontown High School, Fern Creek, and what is the last one? I'm trying to think of the last one. Eastern.
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry, I drew blank.
Shout shout out to Dr. Kent, Eastern High School. So those are the 5 high schools that we are in. And so we have a particular group of seniors that we are working with. Hello to all of our seniors. And we come every week and we meet with a particular group of young people. And so these young people are graduating seniors, and we help them with everything they need to transition to college and to be ready to go to a college or career. So that is what we do. We stay with them the entire school year. And so we make sure that we are just supportive, and we provide that wraparound support, right? You guys need more than just the coaching and the advice, but you need some wraparound support,
Mhm.
because there are other barriers that students experience, right? And that we want to make sure that we're able to address those. And so that's what we do. We love working with students, and so we are hopefully going to be able to work with more schools
Mhm.
next year. So definitely make sure you keep up with Evolve's website, with our website, to check out more information and some of the upcoming things that we got going on.
Yes, love it, love it. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you shared that. I've been knowing Miss Porter for a long time, and I'm just so grateful that we get to work together. And it is a powerful partnership between our state agency, Kentucky Higher Education Assistance Authority. You all know us. We give out your Keys Scholarship, amongst other grants. We have a private loan product that we administer, all the things to help connect our Kentucky residents to higher education opportunities. We have the dual credit scholarship. We have the Work Ready Kentucky scholarship. So definitely go on our website and check that out. But again, I'm just grateful that Miss Porter and I get together and share this information with you all. And you're so welcome. Thank you for that comment from Amani.
Amani.
Yes. Hello, hello. Oh, so beautiful. I like your picture. I know it's kind of random, but I do. But I was going to say, and Miss Porter mentioned this, shout out to our school counselors. Oh my goodness. Shout out to the youth service center coordinators, our college coaches, our teachers. Oh my goodness. We are just so grateful for you all for the partnership. We see the work that you're doing in all of this,
Yeah.
of all of this. And so we just, from, a state agency, from a nonprofit community organization, we just are so thankful for you all, the way you're pouring into your students. And if we, and I know I speak for Ms. Porter, says, however we can be of help, just let us know. Students and parents, we definitely want to encourage you to stay connected. And Ms. Porter said this before, but I'm just going to reiterate, stay connected to your school counselor. Stay connected, because I know the school counselors, we know them personally, a lot of them, and they have information about all the things that we shared. They are creating, Google Classroom websites with scholarship information, resources. So tap into all that. As Ms. Porter said, finish the school year strong and look ahead to the summer and next school year. And that's all I'll say.
So we're going to wrap this up. We want to leave you with our contact information. We definitely ask that you like this video, you share this video, you follow Kia's website, you follow Kia on Facebook, you follow Evolve 502 on Facebook,
Yeah.
and you can reach me by email at KenninaP@evolve502.org. And you can find Candice on Twitter at Candice_Kia. So
Yes, and
thank
I also have a Facebook
you.
page. Sorry, you was probably about to say that. I have a Facebook page now, which is good. So it's Candice at Kia. So you can find me on here too, of course.
Awesome. Awesome. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We hope that you guys got some great information, and we just look forward to hearing from you. So thank you. We pray that you are having a great time and in this quarantine, and that you're safe and healthy.
Yes.
So thank you.
Thank you all.
Bye.